Hello everybody, here's a real quick little update on my garage. Not much has really changed for me yet. I actually was out here today messing around, had the wood stove going most of the day. It's just absolutely amazing how quick that little thing right there can heat up a garage. So I only went through, I'm going to guess probably, I don't know, 6 to 10 logs, maybe in that ballpark range. And it's done a great job. I do have a little fan right there on the floor that when it's not burning real great, sometimes I'll plug it in and I'll actually have it blow in the holes in the bottom. Kind of a little forced air heater. Seems to work great. So pretty much I've got my little pile of wood here. It's getting pretty low. I like to, because a lot of the wood I use is dead stuff already picked up off the ground and the timber. I don't like to cut down live trees. So a lot of it has a lot more dirt, a lot more decay, that kind of junk in it. So it makes a bigger mess than solid hardwood, fresh cut stuff would. I like to empty out my whole pile, get it where it's just about empty or empty. I'll move the pile over, clean all up around it, and then bring in the new stuff and start over from there. So try and do that. I know I'm not going to be out here for a few days, so in case I run out completely, I still don't have to worry about having heat while the snow melts off and this and that, the wood out there. So I've got basically a little project there I worked on. I've got a video on that already on here. And about the only thing else I've got accomplished, I did get my motorcycles out of here, which was nice, gave me a little more room. Have not found a spot for my joiner or my lathe yet, and I still got those coolers that I need to get rid of. I haven't found a place wanting to recycle styrofoam, which is kind of sad. I really hate to just haul them to landfill, and you sure can't burn the stuff with the CFMs that release into the air nowadays. So the other thing I do have above my stove is I have actually a few of those boxes up there kind of give me a little bit of insulation right above the stove. But I have a fan blowing down at just a slight angle. Works really well. It's amazing how much more heat it pushes out into the building. It's kind of nice. I have the I used the bandsaw a little bit today to make a couple small cuts. Had to move out a lot of their junk, like the little table saw and that's on a bad stand that doesn't work very good. So I need to figure out kind of, I guess, what I'm doing. Like I've said before, a lot of this stuff is not mine. It's her dead husband's stuff that she seems to think she's going to get out here and use it someday, but I don't know if that's ever going to happen. She thinks the stuff's worth what she paid for it or more nowadays, but it doesn't seem to be because nobody's buying this stuff. So the only other thing I did get accomplished, I was pretty excited about, was you can see there's the little wood trim around that window. This window was put in this summer because none of the windows in this garage open. I wanted to be able to get some fresh air through the building. Not the best way to do it, but it is working for me. I'm going to get some great stuff, and there's a hole bust in the paneling right up there. You can see that little hole. There's insulation in that wall, but not real good. I also have that same setup outside of a frame. It actually is a lot better. It's not overlapping like it is here. This window is not designed for this wall and thickness, so it kind of goes in at an angle. You can kind of see there's a gap there. And the window also does not have a latch to lock it down. So I went ahead and just cut a real quick little board to keep that window from pushing up and allowing so much air in. All I've done with that is just cut it to length slightly longer than it needs to be. As you can see that little gap there. I put an angle on it so when it slides up in there, it just slides into place, locks it down tight. The only other thing I've really got going here is there's my all-thread bolt that I was using for that earlier project I mentioned, and lock it in the vise and do my cutoff with my hacksaw. Seems to not take that long. It's really not worth setting up the like the cutoff wheel and that, or getting the Dremel tool out to cut that stuff off. So as you can see, we go around here. The other thing I have up in the light, you can see right there, that's a 12-volt car fan, like you'd mount your cigarette lighter, kind of clamp it to your dash and blow, I guess, keep cool if you don't have air conditioning. I have it hanging from that light right now, which is obviously hard to see in the video. But what I'm doing with that is basically just the simple fact that I've got it on my solar panels hooked up to a car battery, so it will actually blow the air around in here. I've turned it off now because it's pretty noisy. So I usually, a lot of times, will have it running when I'm not out here in the garage, kind of just keeping the circulating the air from the heater, keep the whole building a little warmer that way. As you can see, you go back around, it's just the big piles of mess and stuff here. A lot of this kind of got moved out of the way, trying to get all her daughter stuff out of there. So the biggest thing, if I get rid of those darn tables over there, I would sure be a lot happier. They just take up so much darn space. It's just really, I don't know, such a pain in the butt. The other thing is this exerciser here that she has, and there's a stepper behind it. Both of them just take up tons of room and Clearly, she's never going to use them again. Heck, she can hardly walk stairs, so she's never going to be using a stepper or especially elliptical machine that people who have good balance get hurt on. So, but these two tables right here really are in a horrible spot. That's where I want my air compressor to go, and I've got to figure out what to do with those tables so I can get my air compressor in there, because I kind of hate to put my air compressor in relics. I'm planning on plumbing the whole building with air hose, and I don't want to have to do it twice. So I'm really kind of, I don't know, trying to figure out what I'm doing. I might just pack this stuff up because she says she wants to sell it at auction, and then she doesn't, whatever. I might just take it all to a storage unit. She's been talking about wanting to do that because that way she don't have to worry about it. She has all her stuff separate, and then her daughter will stop complaining about what's hers and what's mine, all that good crap. So basically, if I get all her stuff out and just haul it out to a storage unit, I'll just pay the bill, you know, for a while and stuff until I give her like 3 or 4 months, 6 months, whatever, and then let her start paying the bill on it. So I don't know if she can really afford that. I'm hoping when I tell her after a couple, 3 months that it's time for her to start paying the bill, she'll agree to go ahead and have the auction. So that way she's more motivated to get rid of it when she's actually going to pay to store it. And it's just in my way here. It's one of those things that is just, it's all over the place spread out. So I got to get it all packed up, get it moved around. Since I got rid of her daughter's stuff, like I mentioned, I've got a little room in the rafters. I'm going to start trying to move some of her stuff up there maybe. But unfortunately, most of her stuff is like those wind chime pipes that aren't finished and that. They're just so darn heavy, it's really dangerous to put them up top in the rafters because the rafters can't hold the weight. And it's also hard to get it up and down the ladder to get it up in there safely. So, not sure what I'm doing exactly. I might go ahead and just build a shelf setup and just lose the money on that like I built for my storage unit over there and just pack all this crap into there and see what happens. So, anyway, not really much to show you here, I guess. Still have the plasma TV sitting down there that needs to be taken into a shop and get fixed. Haven't messed with it yet. I haven't had an empty load going up to Des Moines where I'm going to try and get it repaired at, because every time I went up there I've had a full vehicle on days that I've actually been able to, you know, have a chance to run over by there. So kind of stuck with that sitting here. It's kind of not really in the way. It's right next to the door coming in, but it's just kind of a pain in the butt there. So I also want to make sure I take the speaker, at least one speaker up there to make sure it's working right, because I hate for them to come back and have to make a separate trip just to bring a speaker up to them, which I'd have to think they'd have a speaker in-house, but basically the speakers are right over here. They're the full length, the height of the TV. They just clip right on the side of the TV. They're kind of cool, and if I can't get the TV fixed, my dad mentioned he kind of wanted these. I don't know, I'll probably put them out in the barn, or who knows what I'll do with them. So anyway, pretty much that's just the hell of this garage, you know, so hoping to make some progress on it. The only thing else, I guess I don't think I've showed you guys, I did get a couple extra little toolboxes there to kind of start putting a few things away. Definitely not the greatest ones, but they were free, so the guy can't beat free. I also do have a shelf back in the corner. Don't remember if I mentioned that before or not either. So anyway, I hope you guys have yourself a safe and wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and feel free to comment, rate, or subscribe.